It's like being part of a storybook. Rattlesnake right by my camp. Okay, another day, another trip. This time I'm going to a campground in Big Sur called Adler Camp or Elder Camp. I'll put the description in the description of the campground in the description of the video. But it's supposed to be about 6 to 8 miles of off-roading based on some review that I read. A bit of a challenging off-roading, but still. And then find a campground with views of the oceans, and it's on a ridge or a hill or mountain above the ocean there in Big Sur. So views should be nice. Should be nice to camp and relax a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so drove on Route 101 south for some time. I'm now on Route 1, which is an iconic route that goes along the California coast, and it is, as always, amazingly beautiful. The difference today is that there's a layer of fog that is not on the road, but it's on the ocean, and it looks like I'm driving on the Lord of the Rings set. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're about, seems like 20-30 minutes away from the part on Route 1 that I'm gonna make a left. So I'm going north to south. I'm gonna have to make a left into the trail, I guess. And I'll have to decide if I want to air down or not. Most likely I will not air down because it's a short trail, maybe 6 to 8 miles. And I can manage without airing down. I'm just too lazy. And I'm gonna get the dog out, let the dog run behind me for a few miles, get him nice and exercised, and set up camp and start enjoying stuff. Alright, this is where the fun starts. So we just got into the trail and starting to climb up the hill. It's alright, a little steep, but look at the view. Pretty cool. This is very different than last week, for example, or 2 weeks ago when I went to Indian Valley. This is a different type of vegetation and much greener. I guess it's just a different region, much closer to the ocean. The ocean is right down the left side of the hill, right there. So it's pretty cool. And the weather is a bit foggy, a bit overcast. That's alright, just add to the atmosphere. But you can see the trail is a convenient trail so far, not too difficult. And it looks like we're gonna climb all the way up the mountain. I think it's called Alder Road, possibly. But I didn't air down, and I'm at 65 psi. So I feel every little pebble, oh crap, on the trail. So it's alright, no big deal. Looks like up the mountain it's a bit more foggy. Hopefully the fog will burn out because I want to be able to see the view. But the trail is, bumpy and rocky and lots of ruts, but not difficult at all. Just have to go slow and let the truck do its thing. Beautiful. I really feel like I'm on the movie set of Lord of the Ring or something. It's really cool. Like the trees and the fog and the mountains and the twists. But the trail is easy. So that's from an off-roading perspective. So far it's very simple, but fun. Yeah, the trail scenery is changing a little bit in terms of the canopy, the tree canopy is becoming a bit thicker. Again, kind of fun to drive through. Very easy from a off-road perspective, but very bumpy as well. I think I've seen a couple of cars going back and forth, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be too crowded out there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, based on what I learned online, there are only 3 camping spots that can fit a vehicle. But well, the way I think about it, I have a big vehicle. If I see a Prius, I just push him out of the way. Just kidding. So this is where we are. Well, we're not at the campground yet, but the ocean is somewhere over there under the layer of fog, and this is the road we came on. And I think that there's another pickup truck behind me somewhere, but it's pretty nice up here. I'm gonna air down maybe just a couple of PSIs just to make it a little softer. Other than that, pretty cool. Yeah, the road is very rough, but not hard. I mean, it's a wide trail so far, so as long as you got a good clearance, and if it's a heavy vehicle like mine, 4x4, shouldn't be a problem. I probably still have about 3 miles or so, maybe a little more, to get to the campsite area, and then can't wait to find a site and take a little beer break. I have cold beers in the fridge, and that would be cool. Man, this is really steep and very crappy, rutted trail, but very doable. The dog is having fun, I think, running behind me. But as long as the trail doesn't get narrow and I get redneck pinstriping, I'm fine. So I guess this is a private property. There's a gate here, but it seems like the trail is going this way. I hope it's the trail and this is not where I'm supposed to go, and then just a gate. But I guess we'll see. We'll figure out what's at the end of this. The trail is becoming really interesting now. Very twists and turns and ups and downs, but the actual trail is pretty simple.
600 feet, turn left.
Yeah, but it's pretty nice here. If this is not crazy cool, then what is crazy cool? Look at this. It looks like a sea of fog below us. I'm getting toward the end of the trail. You can see the ocean below us, and of course you can't see ocean, you can just see a layer of fog, which is pretty cool. But so far, in every possible camping spot, somebody was there. So I'm crossing my fingers that... Shit, what did I do? I'm crossing my fingers that I get to a place, then I have a place to camp. Otherwise I have to backtrack, find another spot, another trail and another campground. Oh shit. Alright. This is not the end of the trail, but I don't think I'm gonna have a good luck finding a spot. Alright, so I went all the way to the end of the trail, and every single campsite is occupied. I think I saw one little campsite here that is not occupied, but it's kind of crappy. It's right in the middle of the trees. I think that this is one right here. Right in the middle of the trees, and there's no view or anything. I might actually do it. Let's see. I think I saw another one somewhere. Yeah, every place that I can tell, there's somebody there other than the crappy sites. Which, even here, oh, this was empty and now there's a car here. Yeah, I should have taken this one. But I think I'm gonna have to go find a completely different trail and find a campsite. Alright, so I took the trail. Every camping spot was occupied. Went all the way literally to the end of the trail. There was no way to go. And even there was somebody parked. And I started to head back. Saw a little offshoot and I'm like, alright, let's give it a shot. And found a little camping site. Look at the view behind me. You can see that's again where the ocean's supposed to be. But right now there's a layer of fog or clouds, which I'm assuming the sunset gonna be pretty nice over there because, you know, west, sunset, ocean. So this should be a very, very cool and interesting evening. Look at this. It's like being part of a storybook. Look all around, ocean all around us. So we are at the ridge, I guess Big Sur. And it's the whole west side of it is ocean, and this is where my truck is. So it should be, this is the down there the trail I came on, and the offshoot kind of came. You could, I mean, very easily miss it, but my eyes like a hawk. I don't miss anything. So I found it. Okay, for those of you who have nothing better to do and just watch my videos, I'll give you one guess. What do you think I'm about to do now that I found a campsite, got a nice view? What's the natural next step? That actually should be in the rule book of overlanding, but we'll talk about that later. What is the next step? Okay, I'll give you a hint. It starts with a B, has two E's in the middle, and ends with an R. Cheers. A little sunny, but beautiful. So right now the truck ignition, I mean the truck, the engine is not on, but the ignition is on, and the fridge is running on 12 volt connected to a cigarette lighter inside the truck. But since I have dual battery, I have a 12 foot long 12 volt cable that I just hook up to one of the batteries under the hood, hook it up to the fridge, and it can probably run for a week. So that's what I do for the night. Don't have to set up solar or second battery at the back. I actually do have a third battery at the back, but that's for the heater, for charging things, for running electricity to the rooftop tent. But that will be the next step after I take care of this baby. Ghost, what is it? This dog is only play. Wait, let go. Okay, ready? Go get it! And if you put in front of him steak or gold or balls and a stick, the stick wins, hands down, no competition. This dog is obsessed with sticks. I just realized something. I have this camping chair, right? And if I look back, I only use it, maybe mainly use it when I drink.
So maybe if, instead of calling it my camping chair, I should call it my beer chair. Although sometimes in the morning I drink coffee, sit on the chair, drink coffee, but beer is more interesting. So it's now officially my beer chair. So this is how I run power to the fridge. Just I have two batteries, right? This is the dip cycle one, I think. This is the starter one, again, I think. Just quickly hook up the alligator claws, run the cable inside the truck, and the fridge is connected inside. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's another task that I need to do, but it's simpler than hooking up things to the back of the truck, and just a little easier. So I wanted to go and walk on some of these trails and see what's going on, but I have a strict rule about spending calories on a weekend. So on the weekend I gain calories, don't spend calories, and I think following that rule another beer makes more sense than a walk. So I guess I'll do that. It is unexpectedly hot here. I didn't expect it. I thought I'm gonna be pretty chilly. If I have to guess, I'd say it's, I don't know, 75, maybe 80s, which is pretty strange, but it's okay. A little warm, but fine. I guess until it cools down a little bit, I'll sit here and admire the white trash or redneck pinstripe, or whatever they call it, Arizona pinstriping. Up until 2 weeks ago, this truck was flawless, no one scratch. Then a couple of weeks ago, when I took the trail of Lovelady Ridge, all hell broke loose, and that's since I'm about to buy a new truck and trade this one in, I'm probably gonna have to spend a couple of thousands of dollars to buff it or fix it somehow. But it's okay. Easy come, easy goes. Guess what this freaking sound is? Rattlesnake right by my camp. Right there. I don't know if you can see it, but the dog was 10 inches away from it. Then he started making noises. Gotta get it out somehow. Maybe dinner? I don't know. I'm trying to throw stones at it so it go find another place to stay. But the problem is, I let the dog run around, and in the middle of the night I get the dog out to pee. So this is not good. I don't want the rattlesnake to end up under my truck to warm up, and then you know how that can end up. Yeah. So I threw some rocks at the snake. Kind of, he ran away down the hill over there. But there's one, there's more. Hey, come here. Stay here, dog. Now I knew that there are rattlesnakes and all kinds of other stuff, but once you see them that close to your campground, it's just annoying. Because I know I'm coming off the tent, the rooftop tent, at least a couple of times a night, just to take the dog out to pee before we go to sleep. And I usually go barefoot, so that's not gonna work tonight. Plus the dog goes anywhere he wants, and I don't want him to get bitten by a snake. So I think maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a good idea to get one of those snake clam stick things, meaning if I see a snake, just grab him and take him somewhere else. But yeah, I'd just rather not get bitten by a snake. So when I was driving here, it took me about probably 3.5, maybe 4 hours with stopping to drive. And I was talking to my mother on the phone while driving, and she asked me, "Hey, Ghost, come here." She asked me, when you go by yourself, what do you do? What do you do when you go? So I said, you know, I'm going, I do off-roading, and the trail is challenging, and then I sit in camp and I look around. He goes, okay, but then when you get to camp, what do you do? Well, cheers. This one's for you, Mom. So one of the fun parts of going overlanding is the fact that at the end of the day, you may get to a place that is maybe a little desolate, no amenities, no internet connection, no cell phone, which is a little bit of an well, it's a lot of an escape from the day to day. So me myself, I have a job that is, you know, fairly stressful, lots of responsibility, and here just me and the dog and the kids, but just sitting here, can't look at messages, can't look at emails, can't communicate with anyone, cannot take of problems at work, again because I don't have any connection, is kind of cool. So I just sit and veg and drink and enjoy the view and mess with my truck and play with the dog and do things that I can do on the weekend or when I go on the road. Alright, it's about 5:30 now. Played with the dog a little bit, collected some firewood to make some sausages later, and I guess now it's time to open the tent, set up the sleeping arrangement, connect the heater and all this kind of stuff, and probably within an hour, a couple of hours, go inside the rooftop tent suite, watch a couple of movies and have some fun. Alright, done. Tent is up. Stuff I need is in the tent. My sleeping bag, the dog towel, and pretty much that's it. The planner, I think it's planner, heater hooked up with the air hose inside the tent, cable to this battery case. By the way, this one cost me altogether with the battery about $300, and it has more capacity than the Jackery 1000, for example. It has all the hookups, those are Anderson plugs, whatever this is. I don't even use these. USBs, 12 volt, an on-off switch, battery gauge, reset, and of course the regular positive and negative. This case cost about $70, I think. The battery I had at home, but let's say even if you buy a deep cycle battery, that's like $300-400, and you have more capacity, and you can customize it. You can drill holes in this case, add whatever connections you want, and you save yourself what, $600-700, maybe $500 on buying a Jackery. And it has literally all the features that all those battery cases, or not battery cases, but power banks that you buy for $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, and it's, you know, it's customizable. You can drill here, add whatever you want. So I'm happy with this so far. Oh man, check this out. This is so cool. I don't know if the sun is going to blind the camera lens, but this is so freaking cool. As far as the eyes can see, it's all a cloud or fog layer. I mean, it's a very, very thick fog. It's like a thick layer of clouds that cover the whole ocean from where I'm standing. This is so freaking cool. I'm waiting for the sunset. Well, it's already a sunset, but let's see what happens when the sun goes really like kissing the clouds. Let's see if it changes the colors of the layer of the clouds. That's gonna be fun. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, probably not that good, but the sunset is pretty cool behind me. I guess on the GoPro it might not come very clear, but it's pretty cool. The sun is just kissing the layer of clouds It looks very nice, and it's also my signal to get up there and start getting ready for the night. So I guess I will say good night, and we will continue this tomorrow. Good morning. So it's Sunday morning now, and it's like 8:30 in the morning. I'm not an early riser necessarily, but the weather is what you would expect at Big Sur. I think the professional terminology is yucky. Look at this. Foggy, windy, cold. In other words, not fun. Alright, so the weather is pretty disgusting. It's foggy, windy, wet. Wet, not rain, but just from the fog. And we are on the top of a hill here. So I figured not make coffee or anything or breakfast, just get off the hill. And then on the way, we'll try to find a different trail to get off Big Sur toward the east side of it versus the west toward Route 1. See what I get. And then maybe stop somewhere and eat something, drink something. Look at this dog. I let him run in front of me. He just will find any stick and just hold it in his mouth and just run with it. What? This dog is the funniest. Okay, making our way down the hill back to Route 1. It's a nice road, it's just crappy weather, but other than that, easy, nice. I guess we are under the clouds now. We were above the clouds, and you can see the ocean starting to peek in. Pretty good scenery. Look at this. See this little monkey here? There's the ocean. Whoa. Road is a little bumpy. That's alright. So this is where we got in. I guess we went on, I don't know, over there, whatever those roads are. I think that over here there's some kind of a resort, and that's where we went. We went all the way up the hills and to the campground.